Hi, my name's Paul Grogan, and in this Gaming Rules podcast, I am joined by Kevin Burkhardsmeir, all the way over from America, to talk about game toppers. So, welcome, Kevin.
Hey, Paul. So good to be on the show with you.
So it's currently Wednesday, the 5th of October, and the reason I'm saying the date is that we're actually going to be talking about the Kickstarter campaign. So, of course, anybody listening to this in the next couple of days, the information will be correct. But if you're listening to this Podblast, in a week's time, then things might be different. So we are here to talk about Game Toppers Kickstarter. What is Game Toppers? Just give us a quick rundown of what it is.
Basically, what Game Toppers is a portable gaming solution that turns your existing table into a high-quality gaming solution. So you put this right on your existing dining room table or your kitchen table, your ottoman, coffee table, even some of these plastic folding tables, and all of a sudden it transforms it into this, luxury gaming top with accessory rails for your cup holders, thematic game mats, all kinds of wonderful things.
So all the stuff that you would normally get in a game table, but this is just something that goes on top of your existing table.
Absolutely. It just sits right on top. It comes in two halves, so they're relatively light. They're about 30 pounds for each half. You put them together, you lock it together, and all of a sudden you're gaming within just a couple minutes. So there's a level of portability. You can put it away in the closet or under the bed, or you can take it to game night.
Yep. So the reason I've got you on the show is we've become friends over the last sort of couple of years, and this is your thing. You came up with this idea, and this is you that's running this. So how did you get the idea to do this?
Well, that's a great question. My dad built me a table that I designed, and this was a rustic themed table. We just loved playing on it. And then so I built a portable version to take to my daughter's home, and they just loved it. And at that time, it had a great big honking hinge. It was horribly heavy and clunky, kind of unmanageable to travel with, but we did it anyway and loved it. Well, then I came up with another idea, and all of a sudden I thought, I think we might have something, because this is really awesome. My dad came down, we worked on 2 additional prototypes, and then finally a 5th prototype out of wood that were highly crafted. And then we started thinking about, well, I wonder if people like it. So I took those to some conventions, and people loved it.
Okay.
And it was at that time that I started to realize, I think we have something, but now how can I produce it and manufacture it in mass production versus doing the high quality craftsmanship?
You and your dad in the garage.
Yeah, exactly.
So are you saying then that the idea for doing this did not come as a new idea, an idea for a new business? It came as you just wanted to make something for you and your family initially?
Absolutely. We just love this hobby. We love gaming together. We love the experience that hobby gaming gives us. And I've been one of these guys that loves to trick out my games with whether it's inserts or special components. And to me, that's always part of it. I love to buy the game mats and play mats and things like that. Yep. So this was just an extension of that. Okay,
but the main difference is this is not a table. So if somebody was to, get one of these game toppers, it's 2 parts of the top of a table, which will fit onto your existing table. So obviously that's going to be cheaper than one of the board game tables that you can buy at various other places.
Yeah, and actually that was one of the big deals. I thought, okay, how can I make this so that it's really high quality? Because I hate skimping on things. I'd rather wait to buy something really good. And so we've all aspired to that geek chic type of quality at table. Well, but my whole premise was, well, how can I make it quality, but how can I make it affordable? And that's where we came up with this innovative rail system that's made out of military-grade aluminum. And our tolerances are super tight. It's super classy with black powder coat, and then our hardwood wood inset set inside of it so that we get the best of both worlds.
Right. So for those people listening in the UK, that's aluminium, not aluminum. I just wanted to clarify this because people will think you're speaking a strange language. Now, speaking of the UK, I want one of these. And we're friends, so you would get one to me. However, I'm in the UK, so how's that going to work? Is this currently only available for people in America?
Yeah, currently on our Kickstarter, I don't have the right shipping situation that I'd like to have. I want to offer this to the world. Right now, we're offering it domestically in the United States and into Canada, but even Canada is very high shipping, so we're still working out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's horrible. This is a large item that's fully assembled, so we didn't make this like an IKEA product that we could ship in a small box, and even those products are, you ship some Calyx shelves across the ocean, and it's very expensive too.
Yeah. So it is currently only available in North America and Canada. And why did you choose Kickstarter for this rather than just, because I don't think any of the other companies that make tables are on Kickstarter. They are just running as normal companies, and you order one and they make it and you pay for it and then you get it. But you've gone down the Kickstarter route for this.
Well, actually, a lot of companies actually have done some Kickstarters. BoardGameTables.com, Table of Ultimate Gaming, Gaming Anywhere tables. These products have provided a lot of options, to the consumer, and where our whole impetus was this: how do we make a table that you can use your existing table? Because a lot of people don't have the dedicated space for a full-blown table. Well, here I can provide that option. It's reasonably portable. It's very affordable for the quality. I mean, we have tables starting at $299 and a full table for $499. So beautiful thematic game mats, cup holders, dice towers, just some way cool innovations. We've already passed 4 stretch goals, and just some really cool stuff. So Kickstarter was a way for me to go to a larger audience and really show this product off. It also was able to help me get capitalized to do this long term.
Yeah, because these are not cheap to make.
Yeah, no, I went with premium grade components. These things are beautiful. We had these recently at Gen Con, and we had 11 publishers that actually purchased these tables for their show kits, these toppers, and they demoed these for 5 days with hard convention use and just performed brilliantly just on these 6-foot lifetime plastic tables. And people loved them, and it was all the rage, and game toppers were everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, we had one in the CGE room with the big copy of Adrenaline, and that went down well. So yeah, you had a few of them at Origins, is that right, this year?
We didn't have them at Origins, but we did have some at Dice Tower Con. That was
Dice Tower Con.
Yeah, that was the first soft release.
And a few publishers saw them there. And then when you approached them and said, look, do you want one for Gen Con? They were like, yeah, please, get us one for Gen Con. And as you say, lots of publishers at Gen Con had them and were using them. So you've got some great publicity there and great marketing, because a lot of those publishers have now supported your campaign and basically shown people the tables in use.
Oh yeah, it's been so fantastic. Josh saw them at Dice Tower Con actually when we had it on the Cool Mini or Not booth, and he just loved them. And we also had Stefan Brachot from Yellow Games. He just loved these. He had 6 of these toppers in his booth. And Arcane Wonders, Mayday Games, Portal Games, Capstone Games, Academy Games, Eagle Griffin, Gray Fox Games, Czech Games, of course, Board Game Geek. I had 2 of them in the hot games room, and people were waiting to play on these things. A lot of people didn't even realize that they weren't a full table, because it would sit on top of it, and they were like, "Oh, I didn't realize this was just a topper."
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people who've already got existing homes, they've already got dining room tables. So trying to convince their non-gaming partner, or even if both of the people who live in the house are gamers, if you've already spent a lot of money on a dining room table, you probably don't want to get rid of that and buy another one. So this fits into that solution. And as you say, it makes it affordable, and you can put it away afterwards. And I've personally been involved in setting one of these up and also taking one of these down, and I can vouch for what Kevin is saying. They are pretty easy to put together, and then you just store them away somewhere when you don't need them. So obviously people are probably listening to this thinking, well, hang on a minute, Paul, this is a Podblast, this is just an advert for your game toppers. And you're absolutely right, it is. As I say, I've become friends with Kevin over the last couple of years, and I wanted just to, well, I'd heard a little bit about the story of how you came up with this idea, but I didn't know the full details behind it. So it was kind of an interview, really. I am genuinely interested. But if anybody's listening to this who does want to know more, where's the best place to find more information from?
Well, right now the Kickstarter is running live. You can just type in Game Toppers and it will come up. You can type in tables, it'll come up. We're doing really well. We're over 600% funded today. We just hit the 300,000 mark, which is really exciting, and we still have a lot of work to do. We're still adding a ton of fun extras. But you can also catch us at GameToppersLLC.com. Lots of information there, lots of videos from a lot of people that you may know in the industry who has experienced these toppers, have the toppers, things of that nature. You can check us on Facebook at Game Toppers or Twitter at Game Toppers LLC or Instagram. We're all over the place.
Yeah. So Game Toppers is the thing. I will put a link to the Kickstarter campaign in the show notes. Now, when does the Kickstarter campaign end?
It ends on October 25th.
It's the Wednesday, the day before Essen opens to the public. Now, what's going to happen after the Kickstarter campaign finishes?
Well, that's a great question. Obviously, we're going to be focused on fulfillment. We have a beautiful situation with a local manufacturer that is very significant. They have a 90,000 square foot facility, several engineers on staff, a packaging facility. I used to, when I owned my computer company, actually did their networks and different things as well. And
okay.
It's a great scenario there. And so we're going to be, honing in on getting our fulfillment right away. We can produce up to 500 toppers a month. 500
a month?
Yes. So we're going to be able to offer fulfillment. We're saying February, but I hope to do better. I've hedged my bets a little on that. But we'll be focusing on that. But one of the things that's really exciting is we are rolling out a retail program. I was surprised at the Gamma Trade Show how many retailers wanted these toppers in their stores.
Okay.
Currently, we're in like 7 different stores across the United States, different geographic areas, and the buzz that people are giving them, they're going to actually be able to sell these through their stores. I will be doing the fulfillment, and they will just be taking orders at the store rather than having to, inventory these toppers. But
sure.
That's one thing that I'm going to be really focusing on. And then going forward, this is a 5-year business plan I have. I'm going whole hog into this thing. This isn't a one-off. We have other innovations. We have other product lines. We have some exciting partnerships. And one of the big things I'm working on right now is how are we going to do international fulfillment? What partnerships in Europe, in Asia, are we going to be able to make so that we can bring this to the world?
Okay. Interesting, because, prior to you getting involved in this, you've done a lot of things in life and you do a lot of things in life. So, I know that you used to run your own computer company, and I see pictures on Facebook of you doing people's stonework on their fireplaces, and I'm thinking, is there anything that you don't do?
Yeah, Lance
Meister. Now you've started this.
Lance was kind of kidding me. He calls me a Renaissance man.
Exactly.
I recently was called the Stephen Bonacore of game tables. And I took that as a compliment because I have a lot of respect for Stephen Bonacore. But I've been involved in the gaming hobby as a content creator, as an enthusiast, and I've done so many things in life. I was a professional chef. I own 3 small businesses right now. One of them is stonemasonry. And have had a lot of experience, produced music records, and I've done a lot of things. But we are at the stage of life, I'm only 52, but I really felt like there was something left in the tank, so to speak. And my heart is really to do something special in this hobby. Not only from a business standpoint that I can be viable, but so that I can provide these upgrades to people and provide this extra up. Mark Street, he calls our Game Topper the ultimate gaming upgrade.
Nice.
And which I thought was kind of cool because it brings an extra level experience to people. But past that, as I really hope this will be a tool that will allow me to give back into this hobby in a variety of different ways of things that are in my heart. So I'm very excited and very passionate about making that a commitment. Yeah.
I mean, based on how well the Kickstarter is doing at the moment, I'm hoping that you're happy with how it's all working out.
Yeah, we're flying. It was off to a just jackrabbit start, and then this is our first Kickstarter, And so you have a little bit of lull that's normally expected, but we're really starting to gain some momentum now. And we are just making an announcement next week. We've been working on it for 2 weeks. And this is one of the beautiful things about innovation with a local manufacturer. I don't have that normal 3-month situation. We are going to be announcing our new topper called the Mycroft.
Okay.
The Mycroft is a 4-foot by 6-foot topper, and that's perfect for Warhammer, those big epic space games, whatever. And as a mini topper with the accessory rail, it will turn into what we're going to coin the Adler. And we have a big Sherlock Holmes theme, as you can tell, with our whole Kickstarter. Eric Summer did a great video. Even if you don't want to support game toppers, go watch the video. It's so fun. But we did... This Adler would be a 3-foot by 4-foot topper, which would be really good for someone who had a real small dining room table. Yeah. But that's pretty good space. And then to have that functionality of that rail with modular cup holders, accessory trays, these dice towers, the thematic game mats, all the gizmos, it's going to be a blast.
Cool. So, being a massive Sherlock Holmes fan that I am, why did you go down the Sherlock Holmes route for these tables? Was there a reason behind that?
Well, our 38 by 60, I got thinking about our top hat as a logo, Game Toppers, and I've seen you with a top hat too, and I thought that was great when you did the Prodigals Club video.
Which is set in Victorian London, which is the time of Sherlock Holmes. Exactly,
and it was iconic. And then we actually made had a bumper made that had that theme, and all of a sudden it all came into line. And my daughters are huge Sherlock Holmes fans, listen to all the audio books. And so we had Eric Summer, my son, wrote this little story, The Case of the Topless Table.
Okay.
And we did a little 2-minute video, and it's all set in that theme with Sherlock Holmes and this little mystery that he solves. It's really wonderful. Check it out. But all of our tables, the smallest table is a 30 by 38. It's called the Hudson. Our 36 by 36 table is called the Lestrade.
Yeah.
The 38 by 60, this is the inside play areas, is called the Watson. And then the Holmes table is our 36 by 72 inch table. And now we're coming out with the Mycroft. So we probably are going to need some more names for some of the extra accessory bundles.
Well, if you get stuck, just ask me.
Yeah, I need some help.
Anyway, let's wrap things up there. It's been great to have you on. Thank you for sharing the information about, how this all started, where you came up with the idea, and obviously I wish you every success because you're a friend of mine, but it does seem to be going really, really well, and I'm pleased for you. So
thanks so much, Paul. That's what's really important to me about this hobby is the relationships, and that goes beyond success financially or anything else. And I met you when you were first just starting doing videos, and was so impressed with your quality, impressed with you as a person. And since then, you've enriched my life. Just the fact that we've been able to interact the way we have. You've been on our podcast a couple times, and thank you so much for having me on your show.
No, anytime. As I say, I just thought it was. I would do you a favour and get you on to talk about it. But there were things about it that I was genuinely curious about myself as well. So thank you for answering all of those questions. And I will see you next time I see you, probably BGGCon.
We're going to be at BGGCon, and you never know. It sounds like a little birdie has told me that there might be about 30 game toppers all over the hot games room there.
Well, I'm assuming that CGE are going to have one because we've bought one off you. So unless Josh has taken that and is using it in his dining room at home, then we should be bringing that, I would have thought, to the event. So yeah, we'll be using that on a regular basis, I think.
Well, if you need more, I know a guy.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you very much for coming on the show, Kevin.
Thanks, Paul.
Cheers. So yeah, that was just a short Podblast talking to Kevin about Game Toppers and what it's all about. If you're interested, check out the Kickstarter campaign, or if you're listening to this after the Kickstarter campaign is finished, then I'm sure that you will still be able to get them at some point, somehow later on. So thanks very much for listening. Thanks very much to Gameslore, the sponsors of this show, and also to Jason Shaw at audionautics.com for the music used in this podcast. Gaming Rules is a member of Punchboard Media, where we all bring something to the table, and a proud supporter of the Board Game Trading and Chat Facebook group in the UK. Thanks very much. See you next time.